Hi everyone, how you doing? I think I have this on low enough. Hey John Klopp, how you doing? And Steve Essex. Hi everyone, how you doing? I think I have this on low enough. Hey John I think I have this on low enough. Hey John and Steve Essex. Hi everyone, how you doing? How come that isn't stopping? Hey John. Woohoo! There we go. You were first. Hey Jim Mack, how you doing? Yeah, I think, as always, um, if you guys want to hit the like, go ahead. I seem to be doing really well on him tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay. For those of you who know me, you know that I like caffeine, so I have a cup of coffee here. Hey, Rojo. Hey, Rojo. Did you want to come on tonight or no? I'm waiting for Steve, but I don't know what's happening. I mean, Russ. So if you want, I will send you a link because you're like my best friend. Thank you. Canadian drone up, right? Okay, Russ is coming on. He said he'll be on soon. But if you wanted to, you just, I just, computer shut down for some updates. Oh, don't you just hate that? I know Russ is such a good guy. He's coming on, but um, Robert, Ra, oh, there's Robert Stanton. I will, but anyway, I got to tell you, I have had quite the day. I do. I know. Sometimes you just feel like a Roger. Just saying. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, just wanted to remind you if you wanted to become a member of my community, it's $2 a month. I'm I'm less expensive. I wouldn't say cheap. I'm sorry. I've had way too much coffee. So, if I have too much caffeine, I get a little scattered. And hey, Furball. And I went to fly my Mavic. And Paul was on Zoom with me, and so was Furball. And not only did I not get anything on Zoom that was faced out in the yard when I took off, right? I also, um, oh my God, it's so funny because I didn't even get anything on my drone because evidently I hit the like take a video thing and I must have hit it right again. So I didn't get anything, and I was a little confused by that. Hmm. So if you look at this, it says Val's Life, and it says that on all the cups with this picture on it. Yes. So yeah, I'm wanting to talk with my guy Russ about some drone stuff, about careers in droning and what that looks like. You know, Russ to me is a very unassuming guy, but his humor is just hysterical. I mean, it's hysterical. And Ashley is just very, very kind and very sweet. And I will say that Russ has done very well with his his drone flying. He kind of just keeps steadily evolved. Now he has a different business also, so I don't know. I want to know how he's doing it and what that looks like. Canadian drone pilot, are you home? Mr. Dutchy Dutch, are you home? Is everybody home? Canadian drone pilot, we've missed you. I missed you. Yeah. Oh, and Steve, the thing you sent me, the intro, I'm going to be using it this week. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, Mr. Dutchy Dutch, so nice to see you. I need to schedule you to come back on, right? I thought you were going to come on a couple weeks ago, but we crossed signals, I think. Okay, let me look and make sure that Russ isn't waiting. Yeah, I'm I am up at the trailer, back home tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah, we missed you. Yeah, so don't know those of you who were able to catch um, those guys tonight. They had a wonderful show. I mean, it was really good. Okay, I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it. They had a wonderful show tonight, and I think it was James Benson came on, and I won't say anything about it because if you want to see it, it's about a guy who got in trouble for flying a drone, and by all first glance, it looks like he was very, very, very. It was wrong for him to get in trouble, but then again, two sides to everything. But it was just so interesting, so interesting. And so, if you want to get on there and go and see and talk, or just go and listen to it, and then maybe talk with those guys again when they come on Wednesday, that might be a great thing. That was a very interesting live chat. Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, I had to go for a little bit because my dogs are going, let me out or else. And then I came back in and just lurked and listened. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though. I worked in the courts for 14 years and, you know, it doesn't surprise me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I am. See, I need to go to Syracuse. Go grab Center and tell him, come on. Hi, Recovery Drone. Don't forget, guys, if you want to join my channel and get all kinds of perks, well, you know, what can I say? I'll find more perks. I will. I'll find good ones. And it starts, first level is $199. And then you get a cute little thing on the side of your name. Mm-hmm. Where is where is Roger not in here? I know Rojo is. Because they'll show you on Rojo's. He's got that little mark on his. Yeah, see how I am? Yes. So, did anyone get a chance to go flying tonight or today? I was going to, but all of a sudden, looked like we are going to have thunderstorms. Yes, I am marked. You are marked. You are marked. We have a lot of people who are marked. It's really cool. It truly is. I love it. I was just surprised. Okay. Yes. Can I just answer like that? Oh my God. I will absolutely let you know, Mr. Ditchy does. Yeah. Were you there for the whole thing? I flew over, Georgian Bay today. A lot of video to edit over the next little while. Yeah, I want to talk to Russ about how he does what he does. I have watched everything every video he's done. Remarkable young man, remarkable. Bill, Bill, here, Bill. Would you like to touch my drone? Go ahead, you can do it. Go ahead. Yes, you can touch it. You're getting yours soon. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I want to know as soon as you get it. I know, right? I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Yeah, Russ, I can't wait. I know. I know. I didn't. I went out. The winds were high. It looked like it was going to rain. It said it was going to thunderstorm, and I'm still waiting to see that happen. Hey, Furball.
Hi. I knew you were going to do that.
What?
Show your drone and ask William if he wants to pet it. Don't listen to her, William.
I know, we were so excited. And I was really excited when I found William was getting one too. We were going to both do it about the same time. That was pretty darn exciting.
Yeah, but that's cruel. You never do that to a guy. Especially, he's got 1 day to wait and he's getting his drone, but you didn't have to tease him with it.
So I shouldn't say, would you like to touch it, William? Ooh, precious. Here, Kim, you can touch the back end. Okay, that sounded different than how I meant it.
Oh, crap. You got 3 days to wait? Oh, man, I thought it was Monday.
Oh, sorry, William. I'll put it away. Well, okay, so William, let me help you with some stuff to do when you get it.
Canadian drone pilot.
Okay. When you hit the record, make sure it's recording. And if you use Zoom to kind of show people live, then you got to make sure it's not on just speaker view. Whoa! Whoa! Did someone get a nap today? Russell?
Hello.
Russell.
You're all bloodshot. Did you just wake up?
No, I've been playing golf all day and I have allergies to anything that grows out of the ground. So
oh my God. How was your golf game?
I've had better days, but it wasn't the worst of days. And I played better than everybody else.
So there you go. So your daughter didn't do as well as you were hoping?
No, she actually she has never golfed before, and she actually went with me though.
Did she?
Yeah, she rode in the cart. She drove the cart. Should I say that? Was there a statue? She drove the cart for me.
It's getting hot in here. Sorry. Oh my God. So I have a lot of things I want to talk with you about. I did send Geeksvana to kind of, an olive branch since I stole you before he got you.
Yeah.
So I did send him a link, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, we'll see. I think it's, for him, let's see, it's 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah, so he gets really mad when I take his people.
I'm your people too, Val. I'm your people too, Val. So no worries. Sorry, I have the chat up on my phone right now, so I'll try to get it up on my actual screen here in a second. My darn computer, I turn my computer on and it's like, oh, we have to do a BIOS update, which evidently you do not interrupt those things. And so it did that for a while, and then your Zoom needs to be updated.
Oh, so, yeah.
Fun stuff. 5.0.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is. Oh gosh.
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I went onto YouTube and it started playing my intro video, and it's very loud very quickly, and it scared me. So I wonder if that's done that to a few other people.
I think it's just you.
Yeah, it's probably me. I jump really easily. So
So how's the family?
everybody is good. Everybody is good. Like I said, Bella went with me today. She actually tried to hit a golf ball a few times. So I think she's kind of interested in the sport, which would be cool.
Nice. How old is she?
She's 10. So
That's about when my daughter started.
there we go.
And she's out golfing quite a bit, and she was on the varsity for high school. So tell
Nice.
Bella to go for it. It's perfect timing for her.
Yeah, she's starting before me.
Yeah, I think I started at 18 because there were some cute golf pros where I was working
I see.
that I needed
Mhm.
lessons.
Yeah, of course.
They were from Alabama.
Yes, I get it.
I learned
Gosh.
to golf.
It just won't go right. Can you help? Wait, no, you gotta get the Alabama accent to try to lure me. It just won't go right. So can you help me? No, Kim, that's not it. Kim's
No,
scared.
he's not very happy with all this. It's like,
He not only sank in his seat about 3 inches farther, but he tried to lean it back farther. So
is this how you swing?
see Bill's in here and Lewis and Canadian drone pilot. I don't know Canadian drone pilot's first name.
Rich.
Rich. Okay. Well, now
Not
I
to be
do.
confused with Russ.
No. Which my mom actually does confuse because I have an uncle named Richard. So when I'm in trouble, Rich actually is usually one of the first words that comes out of her mouth.
So I know you left your channel for a while, just kind of took some time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still taking time?
Yeah, well, no, I don't know that I'm really ever coming back to it completely, but it's more just it's there and I know it's there. I've got like, the funny thing is I think my last video is like almost 10 months ago. I've got like 4 videos half edited. So I have stuff to put on there. I just haven't done it. I don't know. I've just been busy with other stuff.
YouTube has changed.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't even know the rules. Like, it's like, is it under 18 or over 18 or somewhere in between?
It was the 13. You know, they didn't want you bringing in young kids or making it for kids, stuff. But actually, I never changed anything I was doing based on that.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
that's the only thing. And hey, Heath, I just think that I don't know. I miss your stuff being on.
I know a lot of people have said that. Sean being one of them, actually. A lot of people, want me to get on there, and I would say with 100% certainty that I will be putting the videos out again. It's just frequently, probably not.
Okay.
But I do enjoy making the videos.
Hey, Herman.
It got to a point there for a while that, you know what really probably turned me off more than anything?
What?
It wasn't YouTube's new rules or anything like that. Usually I can deal with those. It's the copyright song claims on songs that I legit paid money to, like, subscription services to use their songs, and then I still get copyright claims anyways, and I fight them and I win every time. But I was still getting songs claimed, and I still get them claimed even now,
Really?
years later. Oh yeah.
So did you have Epidemic?
Yes, Epidemic, and they said, and they have a thing saying they'll fight and all this other stuff. But the thing is the first thing they tell you to do is to submit a dispute. Well, I submit a dispute and it works every time. But if you had to submit 2 or 3 disputes a month, it kind of got, and it's all to the same person, Mr. Hawks for a third party.
Mr. Hawks.
If you're out there, wherever you are.
Why would he have done that? That seems because he can't do it for a third party. You
Well,
have
yeah.
to be the one. It
It's-
has to be your stuff anyway.
yeah.
What garbage for a
Yeah,
third
I know.
party.
So that guy, that one guy probably drove me away. But actually, I think that's just a bot for the music industry that they all subscribe to that has like algorithms and stuff. Because
Right.
it literally chases that same, and it's HAAWK Hawk for a third party. I have no clue who it is, but it's claimed music all over the place.
Well, they put up new rules to try to stop that from happening.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
And so that I don't know if that is I'd say bring back the word house.
There he is.
Yeah. I sent you a link, Geekfana, if you wanted to come in. So see that little sign next to Geekfana's? He's also a member of my channel. It only costs $2 a month. And
Oh,
then
is that
you
what the
get
little
something
S
like
is?
that. You hit the join button right there.
Oh. See,
and
you know what's
can
funny?
join if
I
you-
had no clue what the join thing was. So there was a couple people that I was subscribed to, and I'm like, what the heck? And so I hit the join, and it brings me to some like enter your card information type stuff, and I'm like, this isn't right. So I back out of it, and I was always completely confused.
Yeah, it's just a thing. And I think you can even join with your PayPal, so that's easier than putting your card in. I think that's how that works.
Okay.
S for superstar. That's right, Geekfana. That's right. But I like Epidemic Sound. I like it a lot. That's what I use. But I haven't used it recently because I've been doing a lot of live streams. So I'm going to be changing some of that up. Now, okay, William, close your eyes. I'm not.
Is that what it sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
Its propellers aren't moving very fast. Oh, you gotta remove that gimbal on the camera if you want it to fly and actually.
It's supposed to stay on there.
No, that's got to come off every time you go fly.
When she flew it the first time, and Paula and I were in the Zoom watching her, all we could hear was beep 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 beep, and we're both holding on to our chair arms, going.
I thought it was first. I thought it was them making the sound, and I was not happy. I'm like, "What's going on?" They go, "It's your drone." I go, "Why is it my drone?" They go, "Because it's saying there's stuff, it can
Too
hit
close to
off
things,
the-
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in the middle of my yard. I can get no further away from everything than I am right at this moment. It's a falso calm. Okay, Valerie, go ahead with the left stick. You want to move that up very slowly. That's right. You get it. He goes, okay. And he could tell, I think, from the sound. He goes, now a little more. You want to get up to about 200 feet. And I put it to 100. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go any further.
It'll go. When in doubt, raise it out.
Is that the word?
At least the beeping stopped.
That's true. Yeah. Well, did she take the gimbal thing off?
Yeah, it was off.
Okay. Because
But I forgot to hit the little record thing. I thought I hit it, but I didn't. So I don't have any pictures of my first flight. Nothing.
Oh no, Val.
I could be lying to you. I could have just had it on the ground and been going.
You know, you can turn the beeping off, right? Doesn't help you if you're actually about to hit something, but.
Yeah, I talked to Herman about that. He said that since I'm beginning with this, it might not be as good of an idea, but
No, it is not a good
And
idea.
then me and Paul are sitting there talking to each other, and we can hear she says, "Oh, I'm gonna land now," and we hear beep 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 beep. And by the time she turned the camera to look at it, it was already on the ground and shut off. So it's like, man.
Enterprise, no, you don't have to put their name in. It's always nice if you put the name in, give them a little bit of a plug, or whatever, but you don't have to. I rarely put their names in because I'd always forget. So,
See you, Rob. So Enterprise with Epidemic Sound, you don't have to mention anything. You don't have to mention the song name. You don't have to mention Epidemic Sound. Nothing. I've used services. What's the other free one that's like just free? And they have some songs, but
that Mew. I know.
Not Mew.
No.
Not Mew. I've used some of his stuff before a few times and never had an issue with any claims on his stuff. But gosh darn it. Yeah, the Mew music for, he's actually a channel.
He does YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
In a long time.
Mew, but I'll look it up and tell you before we're done talking here or whatever. But that one is the worst for the claims. Like I always get those songs because what happens is those guys sell those songs and they sell like exclusive licenses to people who can only use those songs. But you already used it way before they sold that. Doesn't matter. They're still going to try to claim it all the time anyways.
That's on Epidemic?
No, this is on another
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Hook Sounds. Hook Sounds. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've never used.
Oh, Hook Sounds.
Everyone started talking about getting copyright strikes, and you know what happened to me with the one thing. And I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm not even giving people a bit of a chance. And I went with Epidemic Sound. I think people know I'm not afraid to counter anything. So based on results, I'll counter it. So I haven't had problems since.
I've only had 2 of Epidemic's songs. Well, I've only had 2 times that good old Hawk guy has tried to come after my videos. It was for the same song on the same video. And what I think that YouTube, if you are listening, awesome, because I would love for you to listen to this. But if somebody claims a song and I dispute that song and I win that dispute, they should never, ever be allowed to claim that song again, ever on the same video.
Yeah.
Right? But they do. I have a certain video, literally like clockwork. Every 60 days, they come in and claim that video. Every 60 days.
Yeah, I got a question.
Have you spoken to YouTube support about that?
And you're using music, and when you become monetized, can you get a copyright rights claim on that old videos that you have that you got music from other
you
videos?
can always get claims. Usually you won't get a copyright strike unless it's blatant and it's been done, like with disregard completely to somebody says this is, like you're taking like a Taylor Swift song or something. Tay, call me. But if you're taking like, one of the big artists, it's clearly a copyright song, and you go on there and you say in your description, this is my song, I sang it myself. And they're like, no, you did not, Kim.
So YouTube will go back through all your videos, and if you used other people's music.
YouTube doesn't usually do it.
Other people will do it and claim it.
And they go, that's my song.
And then YouTube's like, oh, somebody claimed something. Doesn't matter what it is, but we're going to put a thing on it, and then you have to fight it. Yeah. And Sean, I have tried to contact YouTube support about it, and I got, we're sorry that something wasn't working right for you. Blah, 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 blah. If you have a problem with a song that has been wrongfully claimed, there's a dispute button, and you can find it here and email it.
Did you send an email to them?
Yes. And I got cookie cutter response.
Have you tried going through the creator through your studio into the live chat with them? Because those reps are much better.
Do I have to be monetized to do that?
Yes.
I do not have monetization.
Okay. Hear me. If you put Team YouTube on Twitter, just hashtag Team YouTube, ask your question. They've always gotten back to me within 24 hours, and then I get back to them, and then they get back to me again within 24. They've always been pretty good. Now, I will say it's a lot of cookie cutter stuff. Can you send more information? It's not, also, I have to say one thing. When you say I'm not worried about copyright strikes because I'm not monetized, it does not matter if you're monetized or not. You can still get copyright strikes.
Correct.
So the people who go, I'm not worried because I'm not monetized. They can still come after you. They can still close your channel down if for whatever reason they decide to do it.
Whoops.
Yeah, they can. And when if you were not monetized before and you are now, and your video that has 19 views, that was your third video you ever put out, that you used AC/DC on or something like that, that video can very much so get struck. And in fact, the bigger you get, the more people will come back and look at your stuff from before to make sure everything's been done before, because sometimes people just, they like to pick on somebody on the up and up, and
That's
the up
right.
and comers. If it's not them, they want to pick on you.
That's right. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, nice seeing you here. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Doughboy, that's my foot.
Yeah. He has big feet. I'm just saying.
It sounds like a revelation.
Oh,
Welcome to support level. Who is that? Jay.
yay. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, see, he gets the little symbol.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. It makes
Okay.
it.
I see a Canadian drone hub with a Superman symbol.
Yes.
Well, okay, it's Superman if I go like this and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a Superman. Oh wait, that's a $sign. How clever.
Is it?
I think so.
No.
Oh,
Just a squiggle.
dang it.
Because it'd be pretty like greedy if it was a $sign.
I guess so, yeah.
I refuse to.
Okay, I was just popping in to say hello, so I'm going to pop back out now.
What?
Oh, no, wait, hold
I'm
on,
going to
Sean.
continue watching.
What happened?
Do I need to do a demonstration, Sean? Because this towel can soak up so much water.
A ShamWow?
ShamWow.
It
Did you
wants
not
to be
get-
a ShamWow, but it's from some
Right to start.
fiber internet company. They
I
made their
know.
own, and it's
Thank
I
you.
poured it on my lap.
That's hilarious.
I love the ShamWow. So I guess the thing about your videos and what got me to start watching all of them, and I've been missing over 10 months, but I watched everything you put out, was the way in which you were able to do them, and everything kind of told a story, some way, somehow. No words in it, but it told a story.
Yeah.
Vikings. So nice to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Sean, for coming in. Good to see you again. Is Sean? Wait, Sean, are you staying in? Oh, he left. Okay. Darn
Yeah.
it. All right.
It's
Well,
a sham crap. I dumped it in my lap.
you get some sleep, Sean, because it's like 1 a.m. there,
Yeah,
sir.
get some sleep. But just keep this on so you can hear. Went back to look at my early videos and I had copyrights. I'm far from being monetized. Yep.
Yeah, you can delete the music from those videos. The problem with and kind of, I think Val was kind of alluding to this, is I like to tie in my scene changes with certain points of the music. So like I'll have like, you have the build up, you have, crescendos and all this different stuff in music. You have, the drop when it comes to like electronic music and stuff. And so I like to time a lot of that stuff. And so without the music, it just kind of loses something, a lot of my videos. So that one song paired exactly at the time that I started it kind of makes the whole, video, because it's kind of like you're approaching this house and it's building up, and you're starting to see kind of part of the house, because I'm panning up as I'm coming up towards this house. I'm just kind of doing this or whatever. And then it's like, boom, there's the house. And it's a big house and everybody wants it. But yeah, it just, without any sound, it's just like, oh, okay. Oh, nice little birdies on the water. And there's a house. And now he's going to go at it from this. I don't know. I think the music makes videos most of the time.
I do too. And the one reason I like Epidemic Sound is because I can go in there without really thinking about it and just put what, lost love. I can just put those things if that's what the video is, or happy.
Yeah.
And then it'll give you everything that has to do with happiness, pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of videos, but then you can find your particular video or song and listen to it. It takes a little bit more time than if you got the song already in your head that you've been hearing for years. But I love the songs I find on Epidemic. I love them. So
I do too.
Don't cry.
I do too.
It's okay.
But you know what else, Val, is on Epidemic Sound, one thing that I really liked is you could search for how many beats per minute songs were. And you could pair that with how fast or slow you wanted this certain video to be. Like, if it's a nice, serene, slow video, you probably don't want 120 beats per minute. You probably want somewhere around 50 to 80 beats per minute, or probably definitely less than 90 beats per minute. But you can search that as well.
Yeah, and so that's how I did it. I would go with it, and it'll talk to you about what genre you're thinking you want to be in. You can find that song first, listen to it, get a feel for the song, and then go out and fly, or you can already have a flight done and then fit those pieces. But I still think, I watch what you do, and it's so fluid. It's so fluid. Even the one you were doing with the hike, and you threw it up to go up to the mountain to catch all the people up there, who already made it.
Oh, yeah. That was actually my last video.
Yeah. I watched it a couple times because I liked the way you did it. I've been watching your videos, and I have to start watching them all over again, because the style you fly in the GPS world is the style I like. I don't know that I can do it, because you understand like shutter speed, right, and all that stuff.
Shutter speed, your ISO, all that stuff is, you don't have to know the exact workings of it the best thing you can do is play around with it. If you play around with it enough, you'll start getting, you might not know exactly why a shutter speed of 1/320th or 1/600th, why each one of them is better. Just so you know, the longer the exposure on your camera, the more light you're going to bring in. So the faster shutter speeds, like open, close, open, close, open, close, well, those are going to have less light. Whereas you open that for a little bit longer and close it, you're going to have more light. So your ISO and your shutter speed both can be used to affect basically your exposure of brightness, light, all that stuff. So but it's something that if you don't even understand it, you can just play with it, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go up in shutter speed. Oh, well, it makes it brighter. Oh, I'm going to go down in shutter speed. Oh, it makes it darker, so on and so forth, or vice versa. And honestly, that's how I learned it, Val, is just playing around with it for the most part. And then after I started understanding it, I was like, well, I want to figure out like exactly why this, shutter speeds of this with ISOs of this and all this other stuff, why all this stuff ties together as well. And so I just started researching it, and Google is your friend.
Is that what you did? So you didn't take a class?
Nope, never took a class. I just literally researched on Google, and I found a lot of stuff on Google, and then I found some YouTube stuff, and I went from there. There's a lot of people who have photography, channels and stuff that are about photography, not just about, like, they'll do some drone stuff, but they're not about drones. They're about photography and how exposures and all this other stuff work, and how to use different cameras. And those are the people that I watch to figure out some of that stuff.
Let me see. There you are. So can I play something?
Sure, you can play whatever video of mine that you would like to.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
There just will be consequences. No, I'm just joking.
There are always consequences. There's always consequences. I want to see. Where's the one that you did with in the winter?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The one in the river, along the river.
Mm-hmm.
I will see. It's going to be a little ways back. It's going to be about a year and 7 months ago.
Okay.
But I think it's just called Frozen River. Is what it's called.
Frozen River? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
If
And see
anyone,
that one. And everybody in chat who uses music on your videos, I want to see what everybody's opinion is. Do you make a video to music or pick music to your video? What do you guys, what's your preference? Because I usually shoot video and then pick music that goes with it. But there has been a couple times where I've shot video to a song. One of them I've never released. Maybe.
Oh,
Really?
I do the video and then the music.
I do the video and the music 90% of the time, but there has been a couple of them that I've done, found a song and been like, oh, you know what would look really good is if I did a video of this to this song.
okay.
Some
You
FPV
guys
guys do it
ready
like
for a
that.
share? Can I share now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So some FPV guys do it like that. They'll listen to the song, say through a headset or something or the phone,
Mhm.
and they'll fly.
Yeah, I think it works a lot more in FPV.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The music is okay.
The music is from Epidemic.
So to me, Russ,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a different one though.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking for it for you, but yeah.
Aren't drones wonderful?
Huh?
Where can you get? Aren't drones wonderful?
Yeah, they
Where
are.
can you get shots like that? You straight as hell can't use a helicopter.
Hey, Dan.
No.
Go.
Well, you can, but at a very some of those shots, yeah, you couldn't do that with a helicopter. You'd be putting your blades through trees. It's called Nature's Frozen Beauty. That's the one that you're looking for, Val.
Okay, let me go in.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like that's literally like when I got my first drone, and I think I've told this story kind of on here once with you, Val, but that's all right. There's some people watching that didn't watch the first one. So I got my first drone as a present for my wife because she saw me watching some drone videos. And this was long ways back, like 2012. So it's been 8 years, something like that. And so she got me my first one for Christmas that year, or year of 2013. Got me my first one. And it was just one of those ones that, I mean, you fly at 150 feet and it just drops out of the sky because it's gone too far at 150 feet away. But I still loved it because you get that different angle, because if you're looking at something this way, it does not look the same as if you're looking at it this way down. And it just, like you said, Kim, there's just shots you cannot get with a camera, you can't get by walking, you can't get by driving. And sometimes with a helicopter, like you said, you can't even get that shot with a helicopter because it's just, you wouldn't be able to get that close of an exposure unless you have like some incredibly great zoom camera and then you're editing it afterwards.
Probably
Here we
Probably
go.
a majority, come on, you guys. Majority of the people in here aren't old enough, but they used to do most of the shots from a 4,000 or 5,000 pound camera stuck inside a helicopter and like Mutual of Omaha, Walled Kingdom. You know how many people died doing those videos?
Okay,
Yeah.
ready, guys?
Yes. Ready.
Ready, Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one.
Gotta be a winter
That's
one, doesn't it?
crazy. So awesome. There's so much snow though. Oh, you guys want to see our fort?
The fort.
Oh, I built this fort. That's pretty cool.
Everybody was loving up there, Russ. That's so pretty. And as we get more into summer, it's going to be even more beautiful. Okay, let me stop the share if I can figure it out now.
That's what It was that with a Phantom 4?
No, it was with Mavic Air,
Oh,
the first Mavic Air.
Mavic Air.
And I will say I have used some active track, I've used some quick shot stuff, but I usually don't like to. I like to do everything manually because it just tests my skill, as keeping it straight and steady. And honestly, what I will do is like my screen right here that I'm sitting in with everybody. First of all, I always use the grid lines on when I'm flying. I use the grid lines for my viewer, because I like to know where things are in each of those 9 boxes. And it helps you keep, because if you're trying to keep something in a smaller little box in the middle, you're trying to keep it in the center of that box. Aim smaller, miss smaller is always how you want to do. But also sometimes what I'll do is I'll have, like, I'm focusing on this thing right now, but as I'm turning, I want to focus on this thing over here. So what I do is I just concentrate on this, and I concentrate on making that go from this is the center of my focus to this over here is now the center of my focus. And I just kind of turn my drone to get those grid lines to match up to where my focus will change. And it's like, as I'm turning left, something from the left will come into focus. As I'm turning right, something from the right will come into my focus. And that's just how I usually like to fly. I also, when I'm doing like orbits, it's the same thing. I always fly to where whatever I'm orbiting is staying in, bottom line of middle square, top line of middle square. And what I'm talking about, middle squares and top and bottom lines, is for everybody who basically just draw yourself a line on a piece of paper, or a little grid of a 3x3 grid, and that's what you're using when you're flying your drone. Basically, you're doing this. Okay, so when I have something in my center grid and I'm orbiting it, it will always stay in my center grid. Always will stay in there. Sometimes I'll allow it to drift a little left, or sometimes I'll allow it to drift a little right as I'm going. But whatever I'm doing in every single shot, if I'm going to allow it to drift this way, I need to allow it to drift that way until this shot is done. Now, if I'm going to let it drift a little bit to the left as I'm orbiting it, that's cool, but that's a whole new shot. So you can't make that all one shot, or it just looks like you were losing focus. But you can have it drift this way, cut to another scene of something else, and then have yourself orbiting it again and have it drifting this way. That's fine, which I took one shot to have it drift this way and then this way, but I cut it into 2 scenes.
So Russell, we got a question from the chat.
Yes.
Someone would like to know if you've ever thought of having a YouTube channel.
I've thought about it, but then there's this guy named Sean who just, he keeps following me. And so I just started, no. Yeah, I know. I love doing it back in the day, and I keep telling myself that I would like to do more YouTube videos, but for one, it was kind of the perfect storm of, I got a whole bunch of videos claimed with the song stuff. We got a new salesman at my work who I started having to just install. So I wasn't traveling as much like I used to for service, going everywhere. I've been installing in just a much smaller of an area. So I'm not visiting as many places. So I didn't fly a lot of stuff because of that reason. And then after that, it really was just time, like, because my kids, Colin started getting older, and he's not a kid who just sits in a bassinet anymore. He runs full speed until he hits something now. So you got to be there to catch him when he hits it. So it's just kind of a perfect storm of making it harder for me to do my YouTube stuff.
I'm sitting giving him a chat going, don't pass out. Because for a minute there, he looked like he was going to the side, but I think it's because you were doing the box. Going, then you go, and he's going, watching you do it. I was like, don't fall out of your chair, baby.
Where was those scenes taken?
On the Coeur d'Alene River.
Where's
in fact, both of those videos, so the first one that Val showed and that last one that Val showed, are actually in the same area. And the Coeur d'Alene River is northern Idaho, kind of near the Montana border.
That's really heavily wooded, isn't it?
Oh, it's all, everything around here is heavily wooded.
Looks like you
Unless
get lost
you're
in that
city.
place.
And they got bears.
Fires?
We do have bears. In fact,
Bear.
I have a story about a bear because that's actually the area where I go hunting as well. Is where I was taking that video. It's only like maybe 5 miles away from where I usually hunt.
Hey, Louis.
I do not go into the woods anymore without a handgun because I was hunting once and all I did was I was like, I'm just going to hunt behind camp. I'm only going to go 500-600 yards away from camp. And I'm just going to, try to get a deer or bear or something because deer, elk, bear season all roll into one when you're hunting. And I was bow hunting. I was not rifle hunting. All I had was my bow. Well, it's very close to dark. And here comes this bear and it's 90 yards away from me. Bear, you can't shoot a bow 90 yards without, getting a clean kill. And you don't want to be somebody who just shoots just to hit something and then hope maybe, that's just,
Right.
that's poor ethics. So I didn't shoot it and I just watched it play around. And it was kind of, sometimes you don't have to get something to enjoy it. It was really cool watching this thing. But then it got dark and I was like, well, all right, it's time to go grab my flashlight. Well, somehow, somewhere, my flashlight had dropped its bottom out and the batteries had fallen out and it was not in my backpack. So I had no flashlight batteries, no flashlight, and it's very dark. And 600 yards is only a third of a mile. Still takes a few minutes, especially when you're climbing over logs by a creek and all this stuff to get out. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I got up. This bear had no idea I was there. I got up and started walking out. Well, the bear now knew something was there, but it didn't know what I was. It started following me. And it was just, and it was like doing kind of like bears make a really weird sound when they're not happy. It is not it is not that sound. It was like growling and barking. It was like, terrible sound, horrid sound.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's doing this and it's barking at me because it doesn't know what I am, but it knows I'm not a deer. There's something that is its prey, but it knows that I'm there. And it's just kind of following me on this hillside, staying about 80, 90 yards away from me all the way out. I was scared to death. So I get back to a camp and I told my dad, I was like, hey, there's a bear still following, like he was following me all the way up until at least 100 yards ago. He's still following me. And so he's like, oh, shoot. So he grabs his gun and we're looking and the thing is, it's gone. Plus it's too dark to shoot anyways, but just in case it was going to try to wander into camp, he didn't, never saw the thing. But from that point on, I will never go into the woods without a gun. Never.
Yeah, I think he was just saying, I bet it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, well, if he had come at me, you should have seen how I was going to protect myself. I had my little 4-inch skinning knife that would have done nothing to him but made him more angry.
Just wet yourself, that way it'll taste bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't going to be a good scenario for me.
If you just use a 4-inch knife and then try to go through the eye as hard as you can.
I was going to.
And hopefully you'll stand still for that.
But the thing is, black bears climb, so climbing a tree is kind of.
It will get me quicker.
Because they can go up a tree.
I'll just be up a foot.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, I chased the black bear that I saw in the woods, but it was only probably not even 10 feet from me when I screamed and it popped up and then I chased it. I think that's the reason why we weren't in trouble.
You're probably like, I'm going to end you. And that's why he was terrified.
Wait.
I didn't even know who was screaming. You know how they say that? I heard the scream. I didn't know what it was. It was me. It was the highest pitch I've ever heard in my life. And I put my arms up and I was just, and I started chasing it. And at one point, it just looked at me and just tore off because it didn't know what the hell I was.
Well,
It had no idea what I was. It was.
You chased at you. Well, I guess it's better than running from it, but.
I was scared. I don't know why I chased it.
Hey, whatever you did worked.
I was fear. The fight or flight, I decided to flight at it.
That bear would be in so much trouble if Val got a hold of him.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I was really, really scared. But yeah, I like the way that you do that. But I thought you were using tracking or
Nope.
follow me or something like that.
I have, if I'm using it in my videos, usually I'll say it. I have one video where I was following myself on the bike, and it was kind of, the drone was following me as I was riding. I've done active track to do that and stuff, but I usually like to do manual just because I honestly love the challenge of getting the picture and the shot right by myself without.
I don't want to get you a ticket, but I gotta ask.
Yes.
How in the world, when you're driving that truck, are you flying the drone behind you?
Oh, I had my wife flying or driving the truck, and I was following her. And so it was, in fact,
you
that's
were
why
following her in a car.
I was, no.
That's not easy.
Hold on.
No. She was driving the truck, and I was just flying, following her.
So
But that's not easy to do in a moving vehicle.
No. I wasn't sitting in the vehicle. I was standing on the road.
Oh, you
So-
went quite a ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going.
so
It's either way. It looks like you're getting a ticket.
yeah, no. So like that's why you see like the truck pulls out in the beginning and then it turns, it goes down the road and the camera pans. She's driving in the truck and I am following her. And then she drove, about 200-300 feet away, and then she stopped, backed up, came back and got me. Then we drove down the road and we did, believe it or not, the truck driving part was actually the last part that I filmed of that whole video. It was the last part I filmed. So I did all my video and stuff, did all my other scenes that I was looking for. And then I was like, okay, hun, so now I need you to drive, and I want you to drive about 24 to 25 miles an hour and just drive and until you get to the trees over, she only drove about maybe 400 yards, 300, 400 yards.
Wow.
But she did it a couple times, and she did it both directions, which makes it look a little different. So that's how we did that part. But yeah,
because I was fascinated with that. You did a great job on that, but I didn't realize you were out of the car. Now I know, like when I was watching like Casey Neistat or any of these guys, and you see them flying or they run up to the camera, and you're like, at first I thought, wow, it's so convenient to have all these cameras everywhere. And then I realized that he had to go put it there, go back, and then run up to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
that some of the magic out of it, doesn't it?
Louis P. Floyd did a video, and he was in the car with his wife, I think it was, and he was FPVing for, I don't know, a couple miles while she was driving.
See, and that's fine. No, and one thing I will say to everybody, if you think you can drive the vehicle yourself and fly your drone while driving, forget it. You're just asking for trouble. I wouldn't even attempt that because I'm either going to because a lot of times I fly my drones without obstacle avoidance on. Most of the time I do, because I'm usually paying attention to where I'm flying more, and I want to be able to get within 15 feet of that tree without my drone coming in. It'll beep, 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 beep. But the thing is after a certain amount of time, it'll stop itself. So I'm like trying to get this really nice, coming over this, let's say here's a treetop and I'm trying to come over this treetop really nicely. Well, it's gonna go beep, beep, beep. Oh, well, that doesn't look good. So I turn off my obstacle avoidance so I can get it over. Yeah, no, I'm sure everybody's loving the sound effects.
We do. We like I said, that's really music to people's ears sometimes. That's why when I talk to him, I just go, zzz.
Catch you later.
Catch you later. So, hey, Off Access. So Russ, I want to talk to you a little bit. You and I are going to talk more about how you do it, because I want to learn how to do this really well. But I'd also like to know how you went about getting jobs with you. I mean, you went out, you got a 107. Was it last year?
No, in fact, it was it's almost been 2 years because in October I have to go get my renewal.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna have to start doing the old remote pilot 101 catch-up class or whatever.
Yep, the reoccurrent class. I'm gonna have to study for the whole thing again because I still don't know how I passed. I'm still trying to figure it out.
You know more than you think. You just gotta
Eh.
look at a couple of METARs every now and then. Just look at some METARs.
METARs were easy. METARs were easy.
Charts are a good thing to catch up on every now and then.
Charts were what gave me trouble.
And
it just did.
The thing with charts is 50-60% of the time, your best guess is the best guess. If you're wondering what's on a chart, you know, you got to know some of the symbols and how to read some of the stuff. But a lot of times with the charts, like they give you, you know, hey, this area at this latitude and longitude, you know, there's a tower. How tall is it? And it's like, well, if you know how to read latitude and longitude, and the symbol looks like a darn tower, you know, you find the one that's right there and you're like, oh, okay. And then it says a number under it. Now, a lot of times
it has a radio by the little lightning thing. Yeah, I think some of it was, it sounded to me like some stuff I would just read and go, that's the answer. How do I know? I don't know how I know. But something is ringing a bell from what I read. Because, you know, I studied for 2 weeks and then I went and took it. I don't know how long everyone else studied, but I had to set my test out just 2 weeks, or I would have just not done it. I would have just taken my time.
I probably use the aircraft.
It is, and there's some stuff, Kim, on the tests. Like I think yours in Canada is even worse as far as completely has nothing to do with drones.
Yeah, they teach you how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah,
Ciclet and all this and then, you know.
Yeah, but in you know the US 107 test, most of it is pretty applicable to drones, but there is a lot of stuff that isn't useful, like a VR, like a VR thing where there's going to be an airplane flying at 1,200 or as low as 1,200 feet. Okay.
Right.
And it's a VR is a basically like a highway for planes that they're flying along this pathway all the time. A lot of them are, and VR is visual flight. IR is instrumental flight. But so a VR, there's a little VR path here. They still have to be 1,200 feet at minimum or higher. Your drone's going to be at 400 feet. I mean, I guess if you're going over a tower, but let me tell you something. If you're going over a tower that's 900 feet high, do you think they're going to fly over it at 300 feet and still stay at 1,200? No, they're going to go over it even more, so you're still safe. That kind of stuff is all, it's like, it's great to know, but it doesn't really help you that much because a plane isn't going to go down to 150 feet above the ground flying visual, you know, or you know, instrumental even more. They're not going to go down that because they're literally not flying visually, they're flying instrumental.
Well, that's the same thing with FPV. You know, if the planes are at the level of FPV flyers, he's either out of gas or he's going to land.
Or it's a darn good thing you're there because you might be the first person on the scene.
Right? It's your tractor going towards it, gonna get ready to pull people out. You know, I was wondering if that was part of the reason why they were putting all that plane stuff in there, because I didn't have to answer any plane stuff on the test. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if it was because they thought some of us might want to go for our pilot's license.
You're pretty close to it.
I was going to say, your part 107, I think, did you do remote pilot 101, Val?
Yes.
Is that what you did?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in one of those little parts that he's talking to you, he literally tells you, when you're done with this course, you're 1/3 of the way to your pilot's license. Yeah. You have a lot of the understanding how runways work, understanding how weather works, understanding how airflow works and all that stuff. So now you have another third, which is learning the instruments of planes and actually how to fly them. And then you have another third, which is getting your hours. And then you could be a pilot.
Yeah.
So
You're ready to go.
yeah.
And I was going to do that, but I decided I'll live for a little bit longer.
I'm not going to get a pilot's license for one reason. I don't own a plane and they're really expensive.
Even renting one is expensive.
But as I said on Roger's channel the other day, yeah, as I said on Roger's channel the other day, I did stub my toe the other day. So if we want to start a GoFundMe for me to get a plane because I stubbed my toe, let's do it. No,
we can do it. So one thing, so let me ask you about the jobs. How did you start that?
Well, my wife actually hooked me up with the first job. One of the people at her work also did some real estate on the side, and he was like, "Hey, I've got a guy at my office who is looking to get some commercial drone stuff done." So I did one for him, and then somebody else in his office I did one for. But also I went and I made some business cards, and let's see here. These little guys right here, I made some business cards and went and dropped them off at a bunch of real estate offices. Dropped them off at a ton of like 30, 40 real estate offices. And I got about 3 or 4 people who called me asking. And when I told them, hey, I charge this, and they're like, oh, wow, that's much better than what I'm paying the other people. And I was like, well, you know, I never really did this to make a ton of money and, you know, be the best at it. I did it more to pay for the hobby, like, because drones are expensive, and the commercial jobs have paid for all the drones I own and all of the other camera equipment that I own. It's all paid for by those commercial jobs. So job well done. But yeah, so I got into it that way. And then when I made those business cards, dropped them off, I had people call me, and then I do work. And then at least half of the business I have is from, I do work for somebody, and then somebody in their office is like, hey, who did your drone photos? Hey, who did who did this? And then they tell them, and that person calls me, hey, I know Mark Wahlberg in my office, and he said you did his drone photos. I'd like to get some done for this property that I'm doing. That's pretty much how it worked.
So let me ask then, so you went through all this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you went through all this, and you take your SD card out, you got all the footage you were going to shoot, right? Do you do the editing?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah, I do all the editing. I do all the editing. I always like to learn. I love learning. Maybe it's just a part of my family because my mom's a teacher and her dad was a teacher. And on my dad's side of the family, there's 2 teachers. And so I just like learning new things. And so when I get into something and I first just, kind of get into it a little bit. Once I get into it, I want to learn more. I want to learn deeper into all this. So I started researching editing techniques, all this, like I was telling you earlier with the camera, shutter speed, ISO, and all that stuff, how to get things set right, what you're looking for as far as good color grading and all this stuff. And I would say by any means, I'm not even, maybe I'm intermediate at best, but I am not an expert by any means.
And what are you using to do your editing?
For my editing, I use Pro Director 17, Power Pro Director 17.
So
it's not as
the YouTube's. No, it is the Apple or the Mac's version of kind of Premiere Pro, correct?
No. Premiere Pro is Adobe. I don't use Adobe Suite stuff because, well, it's a little more expensive. And you can get by with a lot of other things if you just you can do most of what you can do on Adobe with other programs. It's just sometimes not as easy as Premiere Pro makes it. But no, Power Pro Director is a completely different company and suite and everything.
And they use PCs for that?
Yeah, it's PC. There's a version actually that you can download on your phone. In fact, I would say until I started doing my drone like jobs, I was using Power Pro Director, that is a free app you can download on your phone for almost all my editing. Like, no joke. Because if you learn how to use them, it's not necessarily the app, it's you that makes the shot. So you got to let your imagination roll. And there's things that after using that app for 7-8 months, I'm like, well, you know what? If I did this effect and then I did this with my drone, I can make, this happen, this shot happen. And there's a couple times on some of my videos where I was playing with I forget what the effect is called, but it's basically you fly away with your drone.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're editing the video later, you zoom in with your editing. So you're flying away while zooming in, and it makes whatever the main part in your focus doesn't look like it's moving, but everything around it looks like it's either getting much closer on the outside or much farther away on the outside. It's kind of like a telephotoing. It's a really cool effect, but it takes a little work and stuff. And you figure that stuff out. And mainly all I got to say, if anybody else is looking at doing it, just play around a lot, because you will figure stuff out that you didn't think you could do. And if you watch somebody else's video on how to do something, it might not be the exact same on whatever program you're using, because, everybody else like me, I didn't want to pay $40 a month for Premiere Pro. I think this Power Pro Director, I think it costs maybe $9 or $10 a month. And it has video, picture editing, all that. Even music editing, which I really didn't get. I wasn't very good at trying to do music editing. Basically, all I got was chipmunks or some person with a deep voice.
I tried that same thing about backing out with Roger. And Roger, what I did was I went out with the Spark, and then I turned the Spark around and I started going backwards while tracking Roger and his Mavic Mini coming towards me.
Oh, nice.
Out in the field here.
Nice.
So it kind of looked weird,
It does look weird. And then if you go into your editing and you zoom, like if you're backing out, you zoom in, like you take your, let's say, and this might be getting a little more detailed, but you take from second 3.5 to second 5.8 or whatever. You were backing out for like 2-3 seconds or whatever, and you're trying to do a 2-3 second shot. So you're backing out for those 2 seconds. So what you do is you go, I want to zoom in from this point to this point on your editing, and you just kind of like make a bar of zooming in, you're going from 1 time to 2.8 times, something like that. And so it will zoom in on the picture, but you're backing out. So it's odd. It's odd. It looks really weird. What?
It takes a lot of work and practice and time to do all.
It does. And the thing is even more so when you're doing that specific one, if you back out, if you zoom in too fast as you're backing out, or zoom in too slow as you're backing out, it doesn't look right, because you want that one part that you're trying to make focus, you want that to look like it's not moving and everything else is moving around it.
Wow. So
sorry, go ahead, Val.
well, I was going to say, so you went out and you got these real estate jobs, but then you also got weddings. Are you still doing those?
No.
I'm going to tell you, it's only the braves who should be doing weddings.
I don't mind. I didn't mind doing the shots for wedding, but my problem with weddings is, first of all, you get one chance to do most of your shot. Well, not most of them. Most of the shots you're doing before there's people there or anything like that, because most of the time, the bride and groom don't want you following down the aisle, and then everybody else is like, "Oh, look at how pretty you are! You're so beautiful! Oh my gosh, the drone got caught in your hair!" Nobody wants that. So, but So most of your shots you do get a few shots, but there's some shots, like some of the sunset shots of this and that. You have about 15 to 20 minutes of good sunset time, and you have 15, 20 different shots that you have written down that you want to get during sunset. And so you have very little time to get it wrong. And excuse me. So weddings are just so much more stressful. And then, there's expectations of, well, I really wanted this song. Well, I can't technically sell you something with that song in it because that's against the law. And so it's that kind of stuff that, I don't know. Weddings were just difficult. And then you deal with the mother-in-law and the mother of the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Well, you ran into trouble the last one, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. I let that one go.
It's okay. Sorry, Russell. We won't bring up that old wound that happened.
I let that one go, but yes. So basically, for everybody else in here who's just whoop a wedding, no, that would be fun. But yeah. So what happened with this one wedding is I did the wedding, and then they had a videographer also at the wedding. And so I was doing just drone videography, and they had a videographer. Now, if I was hired to do this wedding and it was put into it, hey, you're working with the videographer, and the videographer is going to take your footage and do the editing and whatever, put it into his video. If I was hired for that reason, totally would have been cool, because it was in the beginning, that's what was expected. But what they told me is, we just want a really cool drone video kind of perspective of because the visual and the site that they were having this wedding at is just, it's stunning. And so I did all this stuff, but it was after I was done that all of a sudden, then the mother of the bride comes up and she's like, well, we need to get some of your video into the videographer's video. And the biggest problem I had with this was, they're not going to watch this, right? It was Ashley's boss. It was Ashley's boss who I was doing this for. Yeah. And so I did it at a very, very good price, like cheaper than cheap for them. And they were paying this videographer very, very good money. And I was doing this as a favor, and this videographer was charging them thousands of dollars to do this, and I was charging a couple hundred. And so it's like, this videographer sends me this, I need shots of this, this, and this, and this, and this that you took. And I'm like, dude, I sent the guy, I was like, okay, well, honestly, I can send that to you, but I kind of feel like there's got to be some compensation for me contributing to your work that you're charging the customer for. I was like, I can get it to you. The bride's mom said that you just give it to me. I'm not going to. Well, what happened afterwards, everybody, is the bride's mom took the video that I gave her and gave that to the videographer, and he extracted cuts from my video to put into his, and still used it anyways, even though I told him no.
Yeah.
So he stole my video, but I never, I let it go because it's actually.
Well, you weren't a real photographer.
Yeah, exactly.
Drone, and he was very special.
Well, it was more. That they made me feel like, well, yeah, but you were just doing this as a favor, and we pay him, and I'm like, okay, well, that's even more reason that my stuff shouldn't be stolen by the person who's being paid. But whatever.
Oh my God, Russell.
It's still your creation.
It is, yeah. But I don't like to do weddings because honestly, for one, I run around like a chick with my head cut off because everybody wants, oh well, we need shots of the ladies coming out of getting ready. We need shots of the groom with the groomsmen showing up at the site. So I am at this place, and I love flying my drone, but I am at this place flying for sometimes 7 or 8 hours.
Oh,
And I'm constantly like running back and forth, charging batteries. At that one wedding that I was talking about that I got the footage taken from me, I went through 18 batteries
Damn.
that one day of flying.
yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. And the thing is, you want to be careful ever doing weddings and things like that for friends.
Yeah, because it can be abused, and they aren't friends of mine. I've met them a few times, but it wasn't their.
Ashley's boss.
It's Ashley's boss. I was being nice.
Yeah.
I asked.
Your heart was in the right place there, Russell.
What?
Uh-oh, she's gonna get beaten.
We didn't.
Yeah.
You all right? She's not gonna beat on you now, huh?
If she does, it will be documented.
Yes. We'll keep it rolling. Tony Bet Northwest. I do intros for people's channels. I just sub to you. If you need a really cool intro for your works, let me know if you want. Actually,
Okay.
he does really good intros.
I've seen some of Steve's actually for other channels and stuff, and I totally like. I totally would if I was going to be into it full time. I just don't know if I will. Because I've always tried to do my own intros. I've never gotten it right. I've never, I don't understand how to. I've never looked into or understood how to do like, cartoon animations for different things with like my own logos and all that stuff. I've never understood that. So that would be something I would totally be into if I was going to be YouTubing all the time. But I might put out
even if
a few videos a year.
One a month.
I know. I probably could and should, but I've just been doing whatever. It's been awesome.
Russ,
and I still do get to fly all the time. I still fly for fun.
Well,
I still fly,
You got a lot of friends that have been wondering where you at and what you doing and how's it going. And
yeah, and that's why I like to come on and hang out with you guys every now and then. I'll hang out with Roger, and I'd love to hang out on Sean's channel. For Sean, it's tough because of the hour difference. So yeah, he's coming on when I'm in the middle of work. But there's going to be a day where I will be able to make it. So
like you have that little 3-year-old, and I can't imagine what it'd be like trying to have the channel and chasing Colin. Because he's right at that. They always called it terrible 2s, but I always said they were terrible 3s. My kids really didn't get rough until they turned 3. And then I was running behind them all the time, nonstop.
Yeah. Well, Colin's 2.5, and his started a few months ago.
Yeah.
We're still, I'll just say this. Colin is a great kid.
Yeah,
and we're still very much in the middle of the terrible 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Steve. Yeah. I totally appreciate the offer, man. That's awesome.
Steve's
I appreciate it. Yeah. I've seen some of his stuff. He does great stuff.
Capture Life Connection saying, I've done professional photography work, but would never do a wedding.
Dude, Capture Life, you have the right idea, because I now say the same thing. I do professional photography work, and I don't know if I'll ever do another wedding. I think I've done what, 3 or 4? Can't remember. I think I did some stuff at another wedding, but it was like pre-picture stuff for the photographer. So I'd say 3.5. But I don't think I'll do another one. What was that?
Another question for you. Remember that collapsed mountain?
Yeah. Yes.
What's going on with that? Has anything
changed? Stopped collapsing. It stopped collapsing. I guess it moves a little bit here and there, but it moves so small and so little now. It's not really doing much. I think it's kind of settled itself down.
But it really dropped a lot, though.
It did for that. It was really, for about a year's time, it was moving. And I would say in that year, it collapsed about 70, 80 feet. And now it's maybe gone in the last 1.5 years, maybe 10.
Oh, wow.
So it hasn't moved much.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine. So let me ask you just a couple more things, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
So how steady is drone work?
not at all. It
Lane's
goes
not big.
well, yeah, Coeur d'Alene and Spokane together, because I do stuff in Spokane as well. I think the thing that helps me here is there is a lot of larger lake houses, and a good portion of what I do is commercial. But there, you know, there's 700,000 people in this area between Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. But it's not steady at all. So it goes from, I can do, like during the winter, I'll do maybe one job the whole winter. And then spring will come and I'll get 2 jobs in March, and then nothing through April. And then May comes around, I have 8 jobs that I do in May, and 5 of them are in 1 week. And I have like no free time that week. And then June will come around, I'll do 2. And then July will come around, I'll do 8. You know, it's very sporadic. And sometimes it's like, and the thing is with these real estate jobs, which is what I do, they're trying to get this property on the market as quick as they can. So they're like, hey, I have this job. Can you do it? Yeah. Can you get it done in the next 3 days? You know, and so that's probably the hardest thing to deal with is you kind of have to be available then. But you know, I still love it because I get to go fly some places that I never would have flown. The last drone job that I did was the most amazing house. Like if I had the $1.3 million to buy this house, I would have said, I'm not doing this drone job. You can just knock off $200 off this house and I will buy it. Because that's, I would have totally, because I mean, this place is amazing. It's got 2 creeks running through this 20-acre property. And like this lady has lived there for 30 something years. And she has almost 3 miles worth of trails on her property that she lined with rocks. Like she just made the trails by lining rocks along the ground, and 3.5 miles of that.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find, let's see here. See if I can find a picture of this place.
Yeah, I got,
share.
You know, Marcel will work for Drone Parts guys. So if anyone has some work from Marcel, he will do it for Drone Parts. Nice.
All right. Now I have to figure out how I can share my screen. Oh, so share screen.
Now you'll see 2 little boxes at the bottom of the box that opens.
There. Am I sharing? Am I sharing?
Oh, it's just a picture. Okay.
That's just a picture. It's not a video or anything.
Oh,
can you guys see that picture?
Look at that. Yes.
That house, this lady took care of that. I mean, she had it's incredible.
It's nice.
That is lovely.
I like the bridge and the idea of having a bench on the bridge.
There's what I'm talking about. These rock paths. She has 3.5 miles of them of doing this.
Oh wow.
It is crazy. And then let's see here.
That is great.
There's a little video. I think, is that working?
Okay,
no, that's not
if it's a video, go ahead and shut this. Get out of share again.
Up at the top, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to do this slowly so I can tell you, okay?
Oh, I see it already. Hold on. I already see it. There we go. Right?
Do you see the little boxes that say, yeah.
There's no sound to it.
Okay.
So there's a few little snippets that I did for the realtor because I've done a lot of work for this realtor. And so I throw him a few extra things in there, and I don't charge him for video, but I'll just, on some of the places where it's just like, I'll take some video anyways. And there's some video stuff that I did for him on this property because I was just like, this is nuts.
I like that, the setting of that little river there.
Oh, what was that, Val?
How much is she charging for it?
Like 1.3 million or something.
Mm.
And it's 20 acres, and the house is, I mean, it's huge on the inside. Some of these feel like I'm trying to sell this house to everybody.
So guys, if we put all our money together, we may be able to
Yeah.
buy a quarter of an acre on that plot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
A new drone utopia.
Yes. Wouldn't that-
Oh, Kim, you would love to fly around this house. There are so many cool little places and stuff. It
and the trails. Wouldn't that be
to
fun?
whoop this
Walk on the
house.
trails would be nice.
Like look at the inside of this house. Like the whole house is like this. I
Oh.
swear.
I like that.
Oh, I like that a lot.
The rafters
The
are cool.
floors. Jesus.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, so I would own that house if I could. I told my wife, I was like, I don't care that it's like 50 minutes for you to get to work and 35, 40 for me. We just figured a way to make it work.
Yeah, because I could stay there and watch Colin while you guys were gone.
Yeah, well,
It could be a good room though with its own bathroom.
there's 6 bedrooms.
Well,
As
as fast as that
Yeah,
river
what
was
for you?
running, as fast as that little river was running, you could do your own miniature hydroelectric off that and live off the grid.
Yeah, well, that's only because it's spring. So that creek is like a third that fast usually.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it's not as, but it's
Yeah,
everything like
building
the
a
perfect time.
hydroelectric plant on it because that would ruin some of the
Well,
aesthetic.
I mean, you can get them so that they're hidden. You can't see them. The wheel is under the water and it runs through. And
Yeah, but that place was so awesome flying around. I did have one scare where I thought somebody was shooting at my drone,
Really?
but they were not. They were just shooting. But it was like I flew because one thing in real estate that you got to worry about is especially like rural homes and stuff is people think that you're spying on them if you're over their
They do.
property.
They do.
It doesn't matter that you aren't spying on them or that there's like you have nothing to do with what they're doing or who they are. I always like to, as I'm flying around getting my different shots, look down every now and then to make sure I'm not directly over a person's house just out of respect. But I had it was about 2 or 3 months ago. I had somebody call the police on me too, saying that I was spying on them with a drone when I was flying this one property. And as I was packing up and coming out of the property, the sheriff shows up and he just asked me a couple questions and he, I got to show my drone license to him. First time I've ever had to show my drone license to somebody, be like,
Yes.
name's Russ Ward. The game is legit. No, but it was awesome. And so he was like, okay. And I was like, look, here's all the pictures I've been taking. Like, I'm doing this property right here. He's like, well, you know what? You have everything in a row. This makes it really easy to go talk to the property owner who was worried and show them, hey, you know what? The person was just doing a drone job. They had nothing to do with
drone flyer has better things to do than stare at somebody's flipping house.
Oh, I know. But,
Yeah.
People think that you're out there.
Freaked out. They do.
It's just somebody who was uneducated. And I was like, well, hey, if you want, I was like, I have a couple like not as good, but copies of the pictures on my phone. I could send them to a phone of yours or something, or email them to you really quick if you want. And then you can show them to that homeowner and say, look, this is what he was taking pictures of. He's like, it's not going to be necessary.
I mean,
he wasn't worried about it.
The other fallacy is, he was staring in my window. Yeah, you're 200 meters away. You ain't going to see bugger all, man.
I have a video on that. One of my earlier videos, if anybody wants to check it out, I prove how easy it is to see through and see windows. And I was like 30 feet away from the window. But if it's daytime,
Roger's got a video up of his Mavic Mini. He was so close to my window that his blades were almost touching the screen, and he couldn't crap.
Yeah, you know why? It's because of the wide angle lenses. They don't see through a window as well. They're going to see the reflection off the window. They're not going to see through that window.
Yeah.
But there's one time where it's like looking in a fishbowl. And that is at night if there's a lot of light in the room.
Yes.
Which, you know what? If somebody's flying right by your window at night,
And you don't hear it?
and you don't
Yeah,
hear
dude.
it.
They're gonna be screaming, going, "Oh my God, it's Mothman! He's at my window!" You know, like what the heck?
But if
Yeah.
somebody is flying right by your window at night, I'm sorry, what good intentions do they have though?
They don't.
Like
You
in the
know,
middle of the night?
that's the thing. People always think that there is, I'm sorry, guys, we don't lead that event, exciting lives for anybody to fly over a house and see something cool. It's just not like that for us.
Well, I'll tell
You're
you,
not
somebody
gonna see
wanted
anything
somebody
worse.
wanted to come up to my window at night and go looking in.
No,
Maybe-
Kim. No,
Go
Kim.
for it, boys. Go for it. You
No,
know?
Kim.
Yeah.
Kim. Kim.
The Kim
Kim.
twerk. We just got the
Twerk.
Kim twerk. I like it.
Oh,
I like what Off Axis also just said. He said, I think I saw the house on some adult site.
you know, the thing is, I think people need to get into people in the mountain, same thing. There's nothing going on at your house unless you're cooking meth or growing a bunch of things you shouldn't be, you know, legally, unless you're allowed to. There's nothing going on in your house that anybody wants to see.
Well, if you're
So it
cooking
just,
meth
it's
at your
just
house,
not like that.
if you're cooking meth at your house, I don't want to know.
No, you
Because
don't.
because now either you know that I know and you're going to come visit me and that's more dangerous for me, or I feel like I have to call somebody, in which then you're going to know that I called somebody and that's going to be more dangerous for me. I don't want to know. So if you're cooking meth, don't do it near my drone.
Yeah.
Real simple.
It's nothing like going up to the house, smelling it and going, I sure hope they have a lot of damn cats in here.
I don't even know what it
When,
smells
when you're
like.
checking on your probationers, oh geez, turn around, leave. I'll check the
It says I don't fly.
I'll call.
I don't fly before the bedroom lights come on.
Start coming on.
Night train. Bad.
Oh my God. I hear they are quiet props for the Mini now. That thing is so quiet already. You know, I'm going to say, I really did think that the Air 2 is going to be a lot quieter than I thought it was. You know, I thought it was.
Yeah, but Val, compared to the Phantom,
Compare the Mavic Air 2 to the Mavic Air. It's
Yeah.
like 5 times quieter. The Mavic Air, literally, like when you're flying it, it's a great drone. I love that. I still love my Mavic Air drone, but that thing sounds like a friggin' like a nest of hornets fighting another nest of hornets 10 feet above you when it's 100 feet above you. But the Mavic Air 2 is way better.
Yeah, because
you know,
go
sorry.
ahead.
For the Mavic Mavic Mini, they have carbon fiber now for them.
Yeah, I don't know if carbon fiber is quieter, but I know it definitely is more
dangerous.
durable. More durable. Yeah, don't get cut by it. Holy crap.
Oh look, I was flying yesterday. Still got the thumb. So I want to just say, Dwayne about Northwest, I am so happy you came in.
Thank you.
You know what? I don't want to pressure you to say you have to go back on YouTube, because I understand it can be daunting. And when you're working and you're working with drones and you got a job that's 2.5, and poor sweet little Bella, you have all this stuff going on. Adding one more thing to it is almost overkill. And you're running 2 channels on top of it. So
yeah, we're not going back to that, but yeah.
If anything, you know, when you start going again, I still got you up there. So I'll be notified right away so I can watch your videos. You know, I love your videos. I do want to come up and see you. So maybe it's, you know, I'm so selfish. So maybe you can show me some stuff that I'm just not going to get. But
for sure, I'll show you anything you want to know. I will do my best. And the thing is there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I won't say I know everything, but anything that I don't know, I love to look it up.
okay.
So
Okay.
We'll look it up too.
I would love to come and see you guys. And Colin, I miss him. Such a little cutie. And 2.5 is such a rambunctious age.
Oh, that kid, I swear, he is going to be a ladies' man. It is going to be,
Yeah, he
I
is.
mean, we were in an Olive Garden a couple nights ago. Well, actually, this was a couple weeks ago. And he stands up and there's these 3 women And, there's the whole social distancing. So there's a table empty between our table and this other table. And he stands up, turns around, and he goes, "Hey, ladies." Oh, I keep telling my two brothers, they're both single.
I was sold on him.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, you're just the sweetest baby ever.
I keep telling my two single brothers, all they got to do is borrow them for an hour and they'll have as many dates and phone numbers as they want. So
really, they just don't get it, but they would.
That's exploitation. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're babysitting Kim.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
I have to wink really loud because I'm not a good winker. There you go. So anyway, thank you so much. Tell Ashley I said hi.
Will do.
And I hope we can go out to dinner soon. As soon as this isn't as crazy, I'll be up and
Absolutely.
Love you. Love you, family.
Yep. Love you guys. We'll see you. Hey, everybody in chat. Great chatting with you guys. Steve, thank you so much for the offer. You never. Oh,
Ashley.
Said hi.
Ashley.
Hi.
So
all the kids are upstairs playing. I can't hear you. So have a good night, you guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Russell.
Bye, Russell.
Bye.
Now we see how long it takes. Oh, that didn't take him long at all. Did it? Oh my God, I just love that guy. I just love that guy. And his family, they're so flippin' sweet. That's crazy. Now I did send an invite to Paul, but Paul's been looking kind of tired. I think he had a lot of fun at his birthday. I think let me see. Let's go. Okay, guys, thanks for all the likes. That was so sweet of you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that was really nice. Hey, night train, choo choo.
Sunset Boo.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the one thing I think with one thing that helps night train, I just saw here thing and I was reading it, that helps Journey About Northwest. One thing that helped him with jobs is he just goes out there. Just goes out there, puts those cards out there. He doesn't worry about it. He walks in, he's probably decently dressed. Hey, Michael Banny, and he just sets them out and he does it. And he doesn't worry. He just, there we go. Now here's me. I go in there and go, here's my card. I don't really fly that good, but I'm sure I do a fine job for you. I forget to put the SD cards in, or I forget to hit the record, but I'm sure it'll be fine this time. Hire me.
Go ahead, Night Train. Do the sunset. Our sun's already gone. It's already almost dark here now.
Very thought that there. What? And I think I might take the Holy Stone up tonight for the sunset view. Been a long time since I flew it. Oh yeah. Go fly it. Hey, Mr. Paul.
Hey, Paul.
How you doing, darling?
Just came in from mowing the lawn.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Tell me about the skunk.
Well, he's back.
I knew it.
Nice, Night Train. I'll start doing that. So he is the big white one or the little guy?
Big white one.
And he's back tonight too?
Well, I don't know yet. It's still light out, but Mia will not go outside.
Oh man. So is it going to cost you another $200?
Well, no, because I got 30 days. He'll come back tomorrow and bring traps again.
Yeah, tell me use a can of sardines. Stick a can of sardines in there. You're going to have it.
But I was thinking maybe I might go to the store tomorrow and grab a can of sardines or something.
They can't resist it.
Yeah, because it smells terrible.
It's like that.
Looks like a tuna, smells like a tuna. It's a tuna.
We use them here for our live trap, and as soon as you put a can in there, baff, you got them the same night.
Good boy.
And it works, huh?
Oh,
for each one.
You know, I was told by my next door neighbor, Kim, you stay out of the trap because I like sardines.
That's right. So here it is. Okay. Let's see.
Now, I'm going to move it ahead a little bit because he pops up about in here somewhere.
Oh,
He's going to pop up right down in here.
Okay, guys, keep a watch because I swear to God, I didn't think I saw him at first because I didn't know that's what he was going to look like. Keep going, Paul. Keep going. There.
Oh man.
Look at that big skunk.
Right there, he would have been terminated. I'd terminate him.
Oh, look how much white's on him.
Yeah.
He's more white than he is black, although he's
That's
black on the
unusual.
bottom.
So that is a big skunk.
Sure is.
And when I first saw him, I didn't realize that was the skunk. What's up, all? Oh, hey, Swift Fox at PV. How you doing, darling? We're looking at a skunk, and this skunk, now Mia won't go out. Did she go out today, Paul?
Yeah, but she came right in. It's starting to get dark. It's still the sun hasn't set yet, but look at how big that baby is.
Look at that.
Only take 1 second. Nobody would hear a sound.
Yeah, it's a different looking skunk, isn't it? Oh, look. It got scared by its own shadow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to fly Kim in there. He'll take care of it.
You'll he won't feel a thing and you won't hear a sound at all.
Yeah.
Man, that irks me seeing those things. I can't stand skunks. I don't know what the heck they're doing. They're for. What
Well,
they're
there are a lot of them in the cities now.
Yeah, they'll take him to a farm.
Oh, hello. I'm going to take him somewhere and won't be a farm.
No. You take them. It's a live trap. And you go take them to where their kind is going to be, which is in the mountains in the country.
No, you probably take him to where that picture is. Paul's got in the background there with a chain. Swing it out there and wait a few minutes and then bring it back in.
Don't be mean. There he goes.
Oh,
He goes around in front of the neighbor's house.
oh,
He's
jeez.
living somewhere over there, yeah?
But he's a big little bugger.
Did you tell him that they got that big skunk? He knows where their kind are.
That's really weird because usually you have a black stripe going down the front.
And look at the time. It was at 10:31 last night.
Damn, they're out early.
Look, he's just maybe I wonder if the peanuts, do they eat peanuts?
Oh yeah, that's what he's eating is peanuts.
They'll
Yeah,
eat anything.
You gotta stop throwing out the peanuts for the squirrels.
It won't matter, Val. He'll just dig in your lawn and make big holes in your lawn just for the grubs or worms or whatever. They eat anything.
Bar was closed.
But he's a big one.
Oh yeah. All
Did
you would hear is, and that would be it.
Off access said bar was closed. Time to go to Paul's. He's like, yeah, I had my last drink and now I'm gonna go.
That's the same one, isn't it?
No.
I don't know if it is or not. Okay, remember that picture. Okay,
Yeah.
It looks like.
I'm gonna bring up the other one.
Maybe it is. That'd be funny. I thought the other one was a little different,
I thought it was different too. So
but maybe not. Yeah, Paul is just a magnet for the skunks.
Oh, I can't stand skunks.
okay, so now the
They're
other.
cute. They're so cute. You just
Yeah.
don't want them to aim their butt at you. All skunks look alike. Let me just say, skunks, they like raccoons. This guy has all these raccoons that come up to his porch, and I watch his show, and he feeds them. Okay, you have to back it up and make it go slow.
And bigger. Yeah.
Whoa. There we go.
See, doesn't he look different?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
got
it is a different
more of a
one.
black back.
It is a different one.
Oh, there goes his tail up in the air. Look, and he keeps facing him with his tail. Oh, that's a nasty skunk. Mia, save yourself. Look at Mia. She's going.
I'm just happy Mia didn't get bit.
Mia.
Because it would be a veterinarian.
Oh, look at this poor Mia. She's just like, oh, Daddy, look what he did to me. I'll go in the house and show you. Oh. Look at her poor little ears. Keeps flopping them. Look, Dad, that skunk was mean.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is a different
Poor
one.
baby girl.
It looks different to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does to me too.
Watch it, because it's got more black on it.
That other one looks bigger.
Right.
Not
right.
this one, but the other one.
Boom.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, look, yeah. I think it's a different one. The other one even looks bigger. You know what I mean?
Well, you never caught that one either. So.
Oh, man.
Poor Mia. I just can't even imagine. Now she doesn't want to go outside. I don't blame her. She must smell them. Because we may not be able to smell things that a dog smells.
Yeah, but dogs also remember. It's like, if you beat a dog, they remember.
Yeah.
And that is almost as traumatic as spanking a dog or whatever.
The problem with skunks is they breed 2-3 times a year and they have like 4 kids.
Yep.
And
They
the
got children.
mother teaches them of all the prime spots. So those kids will be back.
Yep.
You think way too much on this, Kim.
Oh, because I know skunks. I've terminated a lot.
That is going to be my Halloween costume this year, skunk.
Valerie LePew.
That's right.
Are you bringing it with you?
Like tell.
Gonna have a threesome with a pellet gun.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Oh, my God.
So anyway, that's
Oh man.
I saw it last night again. But see, they don't work on the weekends. They only work Monday through Friday. So I didn't have any traps or anything out, and it sure as hell showed up when I don't have any traps out.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks. Black dress with my hair, and I look like a skunk.
I hope you
Thank you, Off Access.
do the sardine thing. I guarantee you go and catch them.
Yeah, it bothers me because Mia's so upset.
Yep. So she
and skunks could be a lot of different places. They don't need to be at Paul's house.
Yep.
I mean, they have will.
She's so traumatized. She has never ever gone into the living room and got onto the living room couch and would not come off the couch.
Yeah, because it does.
Around.
Roxy was the same way. And she's now like that now. When I bring her outside, she's like,
Yeah.
because she knows.
And Paul feeds his squirrels, and the skunks come for the food.
Yeah, but I don't feed anything here. And the skunks come and they dig holes, round holes in the ground about this deep where Roxy can.
Well, there's nothing for skunks where you are, so they have to come to your house.
Well, they go after the grubs and the worms and the night crawlers that come out of the ground.
Mm.
And they'll do 100 holes. They'll turn over large pieces of grass.
Well, you know what I find funny is I see that man feeding all those raccoons, and last night he had 18 raccoons up on his patio, and he's trying to feed them all hot dogs, because he goes and buys like 5 pounds of hot dogs, cuts them all half, and then feeds them. And he couldn't. He just had to start dumping them out. There were way too many there, way too many raccoons. But they all love him. Tonight there were less, or maybe whenever he fed him again, there were less of them. But I am fascinated by that. Yeah, see, that's different.
And it's bigger too.
Oh yeah, it's much
The black
bigger.
was all the way down on towards the tail too.
That one is actually fat, so it's probably pregnant.
Probably pregnant.
Waiting to have little babies. Thing for the case for the Mavic 2. Just the stock case. I know Val has the backpack. What are you using for the Mavic 2?
Dang.
What's that?
What case are you using for the Mavic 2?
I'm not using. I'm actually using the original pouch, and I told you the reason why was it's more convenient because I'm using a tablet, so I don't want to take it apart, so I leave it the tablet and the controller together. So what the case that came with it works fine for me because all I'm carrying in there is spare props, batteries, and the drone.
And see, for me, this
that works perfect. Sure. Yep.
Right, and it has my controller, my my 3 batteries, I keep everything for it in here. And I will tell you, the GPC case is the really nice one. And who has that one? That's the one that I think Robert has.
Yeah, Robert, I have one too, and I just don't use it.
They're over $100.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
So Jump Off Ace sent me this, and I realized, oh my God, I have something I can use. I don't have to buy anything, thank goodness.
Perfect, yeah.
Because I did look at those cases, and they were out of my wheelhouse.
How much did that case approximate run?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 37. I found it on Amazon.
That's not bad.
And that would work perfect for the Mini.
Yeah.
And it works perfect for the Air 2.
Yep.
So all I have to do is throw it over and I'm out with it. Made it really simple when I went flying yesterday.
Well, I mean, the case is fine when you have a vehicle and you just pull up and just flip open your trunk and take it out. But if you're gonna like walk with it out someplace to catch shots and stuff like waterfalls and things, you got to carry a case, you know.
Yeah, but
in my case, I would just use this backpack.
Huh?
In my case, I would just use the drone bag.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Put the spark in there too, and all transmitters.
Something I wish to take it on electric bike. Okay, so if you just want to put it, a backpack would work because you could put your arms through it. I think that would work for you. But if you want something that if it falls, it's going to stay in one piece, then the JPC case is probably the one you might want to think about.
Like this one.
Yeah, isn't that your drone bag?
Yeah, but you could use it just the same. See?
Yep.
You got enough room to put a couple drones in here, and all your transmitters will fit in here, and you got this top part. And
water bottles and everything else. Yep.
Yeah, and you got
lunch
to carry on your back, you know.
Get it so heavy you can't move.
And it's Banggood. I think it's Banggood for that, and I'm not sure how much I would have paid for it though.
There's the driveway now, Val.
Okay, so they're not there yet.
Light?
Yeah, it's still that light here.
Geez, we're dark.
It'd be a lot lighter here, but yeah. So guys, we are running over time. So what I'm going to do, does anyone want to fly drones and Velocidrone tonight? Let me know.
Well, you want to fly, don't you, Val? I mean, I'm not staying that long. I mean, I'm kind of tired.
I know.
Well, it's not worth it if it's just like 2
or 3. Yeah, it's a lot funner when there's more. But that's why I'm here. I wish I could. Okay, so that's why off access here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go out of here, go back in. We're gonna fly until 10. So right now, if I go right now and get the game up, we'll have 55 minutes. So that's pretty darn good. And we'll be flying tonight, okay?
Yeah, everybody.
Was that, and I was promised pizza. Oh, you
Watch
can't.
out for the skunk.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, Paul, be careful.
Don't get sprayed by that skunk.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. And if you want to catch up with me, I'm going to come right back on, and we will be doing the flying tonight if you like to watch. Night all.